Welcome, good morning. A little bit of a later start today. Starting a new project. Got a couple of irons in the fire. This is kind of a small mural on a cutout of a keystone. I live in Stroud Township, Pennsylvania, which is in the outskirts of Stroudsburg, which is the county seat of Monroe County, and helping to celebrate 250 years of America, and got artists all over the place doing tributes, helping to celebrate that by doing tributes locally based. So I'm going to do a scene that I thought is kind of emblematic of what we find here in this area, the Poconos. There's a lot of small streams, creeks and so forth, and I did this sketch in pastel and plein air, which you can see up here, about a year ago, and that's on Flagler. It's based on a scene that you'll find near actually one of our school campuses. It's Flagler Run, and you see creeks and streams like this all over the place here. So what I proposed I do is a scene kind of based upon that, and I'm going to go ahead and sketch it in initially. And that's probably all we'll get done today. Some of the guidelines that I'm going to use to create this scene. I'm going to use acrylic marker, and then I'll come back hopefully tomorrow with any luck, and we'll start actually painting. So as usual, to be kind of quiet for this open session, I'll just get to work. what's the resolve in this? But I think we'll be able to. I think we'll be able to get the same kind of effect, the luminosity. And the depth and so forth. I think we'll be able to get that same effect on here. Tree bending up. Get the basic lines in. It's not going to be a very long session here today at all, but you get a sense for the design. I may lay in some of the darker shadow patterns and maybe some of the big shapes if I have time here. But I'm not going to do very much at all today because I got other things I need to do. This area is going to get blocked off. Okay, let me give that a try. So I'll mix up. Mix up a little bit of a darker color here. I have some mural paints that were given to me by the township, which I'll use. A lot of surface to cover. And I'll mix in some of my own acrylics from time to time. So, but to get my darker shadow patterns, I'm going to start with this. Almost looks like a burnt umber. I'm not sure how it's going to show up on my board here, but we'll see. we progress, I'll incorporate some of my some additional colors from my collection of acrylics, just to get started here with a bigger shadow pattern. So just go ahead and use this mural paint. Dump some out on my plate here. There we go. Water. It's going to look like blobs of nothing for a while. That's okay. Sometimes it's just helpful to get rid of the white as fast as possible. Although I think I want to be strategic with that here, because I could probably use the white to enhance the luminosity of those reflections of the ambient light coming down, filtering through the trees in the sky. Don't worry too much about those trees quite yet. Yeah, what we might do is just block these in. And just cut out negative spaces. For the sky holes to create the shapes for the trees, especially around the margins, the outer edges of the scene. I think it probably makes sense to take that approach here. I've got about a little less than a month to get this done, so I want to do a little bit at a time and not be rushed and have the finished painting convey the kind of feeling that's intended. So I want to leave myself some room for adjustments and mistakes, and that's why I'm kind of leaping into getting this started today, even though there's other things that I need to work on. What I'll do for my open studio sessions is I'll focus on this until it's done. It'll typically be earlier in the morning, somewhere between 4 and 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today just got a little bit of a late start. And as a result of that, we'll wrap up pretty quickly. I'm not going to make a lot of progress here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and do this. This in here like this. Definitely doesn't look like much. It's like a bunch of brown paint smudged on the board, but we'll get it there to where it needs to be. So I'm going to mix up a little bit of a lighter gray here. By chance we can get this whole board covered with the initial underpainting. Made more progress than I thought I would today. Kind of have like a greenish bluish gray that one mixed up. I'm going to start there with this background color, and we will gradually shift that. It's always easier to go from warmer to cooler. Not an absolute rule, but generally I find that that's the case. So color temperature starting with here is a little warmer. Cool that off. Concerning ourselves with edges quick values, filling in the canvas. I'm gonna lighten that a little bit more. It's gonna look a big mess for a while. That's okay. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get a little bit more blue and a little bit more white. And some titanium white. I was using warm white. For oops. Make sure I get that off the floor. I dropped some on the floor, otherwise I'll be tracking blue paint around the house. Alright. There we go. Here. Just really looking to get this covered roughly with the same values that I see in the scene. The actual lines and shapes don't need to be perfect. Color definitely not a focus here. First layer is almost done. Got some drips, got some ugly spots, that's okay. We got probably about 7 or 8 different layers that we're going to need to add. Get a little bit more brown here. Big mess right now, but that's okay. So we'll slowly see this come together over the next couple days. Over the next couple weeks, we'll fine tune it. What I might do is some quick time check here. I might take the next 10 minutes and just add in I thought I grabbed some black. Let's see. I think I have black. I didn't add some black. I'm going to add some of my lamp black. Actually, you know what? I'll go with the purple. I have this nice purple color, which I think will help me create an even darker value when mixed into kind of my burnt umber, as I think it will. Maybe not so much. That's okay. Just going to use this to shape the bank a little bit. Goes out a little bit there. Goes back. Move it up. I have a fallen log. It's going to work just fine. Some of them are here. Darker value. Larger tree shape right here. On here. I'll have some indication of those reflections. All right, I think we're going to wrap up with that. Very rough sketch of this little mural that we're doing for the celebration of 250 years. It's going to be kind of a mountain creek scene based upon one of the scenes we have here in Monroe County, Pennsylvania, emblematic of the types of scenes that we have access to here in the Pocono Mountains. And it's based upon a prior plein air sketch that I did in soft pastel about a year ago. We'll work to, in future sessions, build in more of the structures, but the thing that will make this stand out is not only the illusion of three-dimensionality and detail with the water running down the mountain and kind of in an S-curve kind of format, but the luminosity as we cut the sky holes through the background and play with the dance of color temperature, cools and slightly warmer colors, and the reflections in the water. It creates a nice little ambiance when it comes to kind of celebrating the ambient light on an overcast atmospheric kind of day looking downstream. So that's what we'll be working toward. We're able to capture it pretty well in pastel. We're going to be working in acrylic. And that's what we'll be working on in our open studio sessions over the next probably couple of weeks, I would guess. So come on back. Typically be a little bit earlier than this session. Usually start at around 5 a.m. or so. Thanks for checking this out. Stay well. Have a great week.